We're fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It was Joe Hayden, the former Pro Bowler, that came up to get him down. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
To throw on third down, Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a first and goal right at about the 6-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Now Bell. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Buying time to his left. Incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's third and goal.
You got 4. All right, let's go.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. And now before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. Well, the offense, they got the ball in a great spot, but they went nowhere. Forced them to take just the 3.
And they'll be, happy taking the 3. But those guys on the other side, they've got to be ecstatic. They didn't let them get anywhere. It made them kick a field goal. That almost feels like they got the advantage, doesn't it?
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. So Newton and the Panthers come up now first and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Artie Burns, the cornerback, brings him down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. They find some open field here, and they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Now a first down throw for Newton. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
We got three.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
These 2. Let's go. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Defense wins champions.
They'll go again with Bell. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Snickers. Let's go now. Snickers. Watch 13. 13's crossing. Check 13. Kings.
Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. Throw that side complete to Smith-Schuster. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Let's go! 24. These 2. Kill.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Julius Peppers able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Ready?
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to loft one deep left. This is caught inside the 15. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. A huge gain of 40 yards on the 3rd down conversion. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's go.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Goes underneath for Bell. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Check. Lucky.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it, stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? To me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage.
Hey, you got 3 down.
Here's Breida. Oh, now he bowls him over. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
Screen play, Anderson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, Gilbert.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. To the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. By the way, as we expected, most of the starting units out here in the second quarter. So get your 2 deep, your 3 deep, your 4 deep ready for this one.
If you have a particular favorite who wasn't a high draft pick or is an undrafted free agent trying to make the team, this is the time to watch him play and give it his best shot, because most of the starters, you're exactly right, they'll be out of the game watching the rest of the way.
Now Dobbs. And this is going to be incomplete. Hey, a sidebar worth noting is that preseason cuts have changed. So week 3 that we're in right now, the preseason, I think, what did you say, the roster's going to stay at 90 instead of going down to 75 this year?
That's exactly right, Brandon, because in the past, just what you said, this game here, at the end of week 3, or game 3, you would cut the roster down to 75 and play game 4 just like that. In this case now, though, they're going to be able to keep guys all the way through. So guys who would normally not have a chance to finish out the preseason, they'll get that chance now and get more opportunities to get on tape.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
This is Breida. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Gone!
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this.
Leopard!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th.
4 down. All right, now, lucky 56.
Operating from the gun, Gilbert. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And the return will stop right around the 25.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there.
Dobbs now on second down. Throw left side complete. That's Bell. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number one.
Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go! Ohio! What? Ohio!
On first down, Dobbs to throw. The pass complete to Justin Hunter. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. He got 29 yards that time.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Leopard!
A handoff to Breida to begin the drive. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one.
Leopard!
C.J. Anderson of the game. He gets it here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16.
Gun! 44!
From the gun, Gilbert. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. They run for it with Breida. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. So we are halfway through here in the final week of the preseason. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
after the penalty, it's Bell. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go! Flex round! Ohio!
Off the play fake, here's Dobbs. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Dobbs looking to throw on first down. That is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On second down, Dobbs escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
They'll run here with Ingram. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Mark Ingram, a 6-yard touchdown run, and the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an open.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
Detroit! Detroit!
Off the bootleg, Gilbert. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And now running right through it. A big play there for Carolina. And even 40 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Off the bootleg. Gilbert. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Dobbs. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Come on! Out of the gun, Dobbs. He dumps it down to Ingram. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Brandon, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when you're running back and catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Dobbs now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Single. I got a single in the slot.
Flex round.
On 1st and 10, Dobbs. He's going deep for Brown. He's got him in. Complete. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 43 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you're probably going to have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Flex round.
Back to throw, Dobbs. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Justin Hunter there to make the grab. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff position? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Boswell good with the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down
caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
On 1st down, Gilbert trying to lay one up deep. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set, and that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams, but when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Now let's go.
They run with Breida. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
4th and 2 is normally a passing down, but in this case, they decided to give it to their running back, and he did get the 1st down, although not by much.
Now it's Breida, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of it.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Give him 30 yards there. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Gilbert. Smith catches left side. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time. And that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. And the Steelers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing here, Dobbs. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. 4th down now. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Ohio!
From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. And Robinson with a big catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 12 on 4th and 10, just enough for the conversion. And defensively, an opportunity slips away. They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Dobbs is throwing. He's got his man on the crossing route. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Oh, boy, I know you felt that one. Oh, you felt that one. Hey, watch it.
Flex round! Flex round!
That one looks like he'll throw here. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Deshaun Hall able to drop him for a loss of 4. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Here we go! Red 38! Flex round! 38!
Mike 57.
To throw is Dobbs. Dancing to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Ben Jacobs in there to sack him for a loss of 6. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. They almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. The Panthers on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's to his running back, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers are close to finishing off this football game. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, given them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
The storyline in this one, Charles, note.
Money back. Money back. Money back. Make it like a money back. Money back. God, I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just what plastic. I said, babe, it's, he said it's a, them pretty, you look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, he can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 woo, money back, money back, money back, with me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all think so, don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He made sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? When I look at my snap, I take your man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this guy in the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks. Heavy lay, waist snatch, back, straight back. Got lips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine, jumping on my. That's why they call it trampoline. Back on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just what plastic. I said, babe, it's a, he said it's a, them pretty, you look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, he can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like